Alright. Let me just make sure of something really quick. Yeah. Sorry, just making sure it's okay. Yeah, we're good. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Fate Grand Order, Lost Belt 1, Permafrost Empire Anastasia. Last time... Oh, it's been a bit. What did we do last time? Right, we went and raided Paxy's old village, right? And kind of stole food, and then shit went down. And I believe Paxy split off from us, so he is no longer with us, which might be bad. Yeah, now we're on to section 13. The Man in Grey. We wonder who that could be. It's probably, fucking, Amadeus.
Get the provisions to the storehouse, quickly. After that, I want you to sort them into perishables and non-perishables, and give the perishables to the children and elderly. Non-combatants, boil some water and prepare to treat the wounded. I want the wounded in a single file line. I'm afraid I get a bit queasy at the sight of blood, so I think I'll repair my golems instead. I will also have some of my golems keep watch. I believe it would be best for all the Yaga to get some rest now. Thank you, Vigibran. I appreciate that.
Think nothing of it. I must say, though, it is rather odd hearing you thank me.
What do you mean?
It's nothing. Let's just say I sensed fate at work. Fate Grand Order.
I don't understand that, man.
No.
I'm hungry.
Don't worry, I'll have some meat for you in no time. I'll make you feel better. Paxy, yeah, boy. Hope he's doing okay.
Master.
What are you muttering about? He ran away and we didn't go after him. That's all there is to it. Besides, any mage worth their salt should be used to betrayal. Don't be sad about that mutt running away. Besides, you've lost your guide in this land, and how hard it'll be to replace him. That's a bit cold.
Yeah, but I don't think it's really that Ritsuka's sad necessarily. I think she's just trying to understand why more than anything else.
I imagine he had his reasons, and of course, we owe him a debt for involving him in all this to begin with. We will just have to hope that he's alright. There's nothing else we can do for him now. Or right now. Now to say we switch gears, Miss Ritsuka. It seems you have finished unloading the food. Sorry, that was a weird noise outside. Perhaps you should inform Miss Adelante. Perhaps we should. All the food's put away.
Good. Thank you, Ritsuka. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate your help.
If it weren't for you and Vigibran, the rebel army would have been wiped out today. Yeah, you're welcome.
Or barring that,
we may have ended up massacring those townspeople. Yeah, good. Yeah, good thing we were there. We could never have hoped to atone for such a sin. Yeah, probably not.
Thankfully, our own losses were minimal. At least that is
what I will tell myself to keep despair at bay. At any rate, I am sorry to ask this of you so soon after getting back, but I have another mission. Okay, well, what's that then?
We learned something in our intelligence gathering for this operation. It didn't pertain to the operation, but it's nonetheless very important. It concerns the Yaun of Yagatula. Do you remember what I told you before about the soldiers who came to join us, and soon ended up leaving again? I'm told that they made their way into Yagatula,
Ingratiated themselves with the local authorities, and now essentially run the town as their own.
although they've been careful not to do anything that would incur Ivan the Terrible's wrath. Unfortunately, it would seem the Imperial Court's mage, priest,
or some such caught wind of those Yaga.
We have word that the Opportunity and a servant have been sent to deal with them, which has thrown the whole town into chaos. This also puts one of our enemy's stronger operatives alone and unguarded in the field, not counting the Opportunity, of course. This represents an excellent opportunity to eliminate the servant. Unfortunately, Yagatula is too far away to send a large force, without it being obvious.
So you want us to go through Vikabron and... Okay. Well, you might be getting us killed, but sure, we can go.
I'm certain one of the Vikabron's golems could cross that distance in no time. But if he goes with you, I'm afraid that would leave the golems here inoperable. In that case, I'll set them to obey your commands, Adelante. I'm afraid they won't be able to handle complex instructions, but you should have no trouble telling them who to attack or what to carry. That would be more than sufficient.
The rebel army should not be going anywhere for the time being.
We'll remain here to tend to our injured and continue our training.
Yeah, about Paxi.
Yes, I heard the report. That sort of thing happens all the time. That may have been a poor choice on his part to run away
in Yaga Smolensk of all places. Yeah, he probably won't be very welcome.
I only hope the Opportunity haven't killed him.
Anyway, I'll head off to Yagatula.
With all the traveling you're doing,
you'll soon know this land just as well as any Yaga. I don't know about that, but...
Well, since you look to be going against another servant, I reckon I'll tag along. Adelante, got any notion of who this servant might be? Yes.
It seems he's not been at all shy about announcing his name. Oh? He's called Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart.
Huh?
Amadeus? Yeah. Why he's working for... Well, I mean, I guess if he was summoned by Ivan, well, yeah, no, I mean, certain personalities do get mildly affected, or greatly affected, I guess, in some cases, by their, in summoning, master and environment, so... I guess it's not that crazy for Amadeus to... be doing fucked up shit. But I mean, also from... I don't know. Again, because, like, ultimately, right, fucking, what's his name? Kadek is trying to build a stronger human history, sort of. It's weird. I mean, that's what all of the cryptors are doing, sort of. But it's a weird situation. Weird.
Damn it, what is that thing? I'd rather fight the Opportunity any day of the week. Fear me. My shriek shall shatter your eardrums, and my claws shall slice the very darkness itself. I shall execute you all, and see that your sins are punished. There is no refuge for evil in this world.
R.I.P. Yaga Bandit number however many we've seen so far.
Another wrong made right. It is unclear whether there is
Meaning to this justice.
but as I am a servant, this is how things must be. Repent for your misdeeds and rest in peace. In this lost belt,
Death is the closest you'll come to salvation.
there he is, it's a servant. Come on, shoot him, quickly.
Yeah, that's probably not gonna do much.
Damn it, he's gone. Where is he? Where'd he go? Maybe if you follow his set.
Yeah, what do you imagine that will accomplish? Yeah, not much use following his scent if he's already behind you, about to rip you open. There you go.
Gah.
Yeah.
Ah, you Yaga certainly are resilient.
Even I cannot kill you unless I cut off your heads.
I cut one. Damn it, let me go. Do not fret, I will. Just as soon as you tell me what I need to know. Are you part of the rebel army?
Hell no, we're not. Don't go lumping us in with those sissies.
As you are the one who ended up captured,
I have to believe they are the more capable bunch. True, big true.
Shut up. Hand over your food. If we don't eat, we're gonna starve to death. Tell me, have you ever heard anyone play the piano? Huh? Piano? What's that? Ah, put him out of his misery, Opportunic. Those of his profession do not deserve such a grand reward. Hey, stop that! Get away from... Why is there no music to be found here? Why does no one even attempt to open their mind and lend an ear to the arts, to the poetry of sound, to the whispers of the heavens? I suppose everyone who lives in this chilling hellscape is far too preoccupied with survival to appreciate the finer things in life. What are your orders? Are there any bandits still alive? Yes, one. Torture him as you desire, then release him. Release an enemy of the Tsar? You heard me, release him, and he shall make his way to those with power. He will run to the rebel army for help, and thus lead us right to them. I would ask why you couldn't think of something so simple, but I suppose it would be too much to expect of denizens of dreams such as yourselves. Nonetheless, I know of what I speak when I say that letting this one go will help us eliminate the Tsar's enemies. Resist the urge to slaughter him now. Ah, this blizzard batters my cranium. Why am I here? What purpose am I meant to serve?
That's a good question. Maybe you're meant to help, put right what's happening here. Maybe. Maybe. Okay, see you later.
Right, be careful. Oh, we're out there. I would appreciate it if you could also
Deliver our manifesto to the villages you find along the way.
Could I ask that of you? The sooner we have enough power to attack the capital, the sooner we can be free of the Tsar's tyranny. At the moment, though,
We still have a great deal to do before we are able to be free of before we are able to free this world.
I guess we won't be seeing you around for a while. You guys really saved our crit shot bacon back there.
Bye-bye, Miss Weakling! Gee, thanks, child.
Hey, don't be rude to Ritsuka.
But she's human, right? Oh, aren't humans weak? I heard that's why they all died out a long time ago, so I'm real surprised to see some now.
Don't be stupid. These humans are here because they're strong. So strong they'll kill you if you keep mouthing up.
We wouldn't do that. He's just being, as child do. being overly honest about their thoughts.
Okay, sorry.
It's fine. Why did you say we would kill her? For us, the idea that the strong get to eat's absolutely everything. It affects every aspect of our lives. I've had that idea imprinted on me ever since I was a pup myself, and I still basically agree with it.
See you later. Bring me back a souvenir.
I don't know if there'll be any souvenirs, but I'll try.
I finished making adjustments to your golem, Master. Thankfully, the blizzard is rather mild today, at least by this world's standards. I believe it'd be best to take advantage of that and make as much progress as you can. And then there are the manifestos. Adelante asked you to deliver. Please make sure you're well prepared before you head out, Master. Don't forget to check your Arctic Mystic Code. Indeed, this cold is so severe that any slit in your Mystic Code could quickly lead to frostbite and necrosis on the affected body part. Even with your Magecraft protection, I do hope you'll be careful out there, Master.
Okay. Yeah. Wouldn't wanna, anything to fall off.
My goal was always to unite
All the servants summoned to this land and overthrow Ivan the Terrible alongside the rebel army. Uh-huh.
And now, thanks to the Master of Chaldea,
That goal actually seems attainable rather than a pipe dream. What was that, Adelante? My head is killing me. I suppose even servants cannot always get what they want. My pipe dream becomes reality. I wonder if I'll awake from this dream too. Maybe.
Let me go, damn it.
So you're a survivor from the rebel army. Unfortunately, you are the only one I was able to capture. The Opportunity have a terrible time exercising control at times like this, you see. In that sense, you should count yourself lucky. I hope you understand that much.
Shh. Just so you know, I'm only a new recruit. I don't remember anything.
I see. So you lack confidence in your memory, eh? I appreciate you telling me that before we begin. Don't worry, they'll torture your memory back into place. Your kind are quite durable indeed. We could be out here all day if we take things one question at a time.
What was that?
I said you Yaga have a high tolerance for pain, thanks to your dual sense of it. All the more so if you're prepared to give up your lives. In my experience, you cannot make a Yaga talk, whether you rip out his claws, break his limbs, or even toss him in a dark hole for a month. The Opportunity's methods of torture only ever end up killing you. It's a tremendous waste of time.
Is it so? If you're gonna kill me, then kill me already.
I can't do that, my young Yaga. As you can see, I'm a man of the cloth. Yeah, okay. Here to spread God's word. Uh-huh. Sure. I would like to avoid taking life unless strictly necessary. Besides, I have something else in mind. There's a test of sorts I've been meaning to try out. Opportunity, we will be taking this Yaga with us. Do be careful with him. Yes, sir.
What are you planning to make me do?
I believe you said you lacked confidence in your memories. Then you have cause to... What do you mean by that? I'm going to give you the shock of a lifetime. I don't like where this is going. Paxi, buddy. You,
イルミネーションが街を彩る時期になりましたね。
Might be in a spot of trouble.
有名どころで言うと、アメリカの慣れた頃
Little bit.
ほど油断しやすいもの、
Little
受け
bit.
取り忘れにはご注意ください。
Just a tad bit of trouble. The snow-covered plateau, the man in gray. Let's... Actually, let's do this. Hang on. I don't know, 1 points is on. Okay, let's go here. Let's take... Yeah. Lady of the Water. And... let's turn that on. Because I think this will give better than any, like, grinding I can do. Give better bond anyway. So... yeah. Let us go with this. Dealing with a berserker. Don't tell me Beowulf is going to attack us. But Mash? Sorry, we're back online. Okay, that was weird.
I'm afraid our transmission's cutting in and out. It might be because of how fast you're moving.
Can't you track Master even without communicating with her? Yeah, you don't necessarily need to talk to us, right, Mash?
Yes, of course. I'm monitoring her right now.
Perhaps we should slow down for a while and take a moment to make a report. Why don't we take a break or even set up camp for the night?
Well, that sounds like a fine idea. I confess I'm about written down. What do you think, Master? You must be tired as well, no?
You bet I am! Woohoo! Break time!
Right.
Okay, everyone, please start getting ready to make camp. I guess that was the golems sliding to a stop. Incidentally, I believe we should begin by eliminating the nearby demonic beasts. Maybe. You know, that might not be a horrible idea. You know, I would concur with that plan. We certainly wouldn't want them attacking us while we were asleep. Yeah, probably not.
Alright then, it's hunting time.
No, we definitely would not want them attacking in our sleep. Not at all. Man. Alright. Let's do arts for this turn. Get a little bit of a noble phantasm built up. Just a wee bit. Damn. That hurt, man. How rude. How heckin' rude. Can Lip do 21,000 in a single hit? Maybe. Maybe. I wouldn't doubt it. Nah, not quite. Not quite. Sadly. But, well. Crit. Alright. We good. Alright, who's next? More boars, probably? Or something else. Yeah, more boars. Alright. I should use this turn 1, I don't know why I didn't. Alright. Memory of Londinium. I don't... Actually... This might do it. No. Not even really close. Alright. We might be able to... No, we kind of got a bad draw. Actually, we can do this. And then lip.
私の告白聞いてください。
間違わず。
Yeah, that should do the job quite nicely.
この気持ちにちゃんと向き合うって
Here you go, lip.
言ってブルーヒルでロマンシア。
Great job.
次の皿をここに。まだまだ食べ足りぬぞ。
Ooh-wee. That's juicy, juicy bit of bone points. Quite juicy indeed.
Are you alright, Master? You're not too cold, are you?
I'm fine, thanks to the wall of golems.
Seems you can make golems out of just about anything, huh, Vicky Brown? Stones, trees, metal. You can just use all kinds of stuff, can't you? You are correct for the most part. Well, there's no shortage of snow around here. You can make a golem out of that.
What is it? Is this Minecraft? Make snow golems?
Snow golems, eh?
Leaving aside what he's as a core, I imagine it would be rather difficult to accumulate and maintain the material.
Although they would have an advantage in that they would be difficult to physically destroy,
as they could always just reassemble themselves from all the snow around them. Are we gonna have a snow army? No? Okay, never mind.
No, it just wouldn't work.
No matter how I run the numbers, the average core just wouldn't be capable of accumulating sufficient quantities of snow.
Using more valuable materials for the core would only result in golems that, well nigh impossible to destroy, are otherwise exceptionally weak.
Yeah, I guess it wouldn't be that useful, huh?
What do you think, Master?
What if you froze them?
True, this temperature's low enough to freeze almost anything instantly. The resulting golems would still have limited capabilities, but that would be a better trade-off, yes.
So... is that a yes on doing that, or...?
You really do love golems, don't you, Vikibron? Oh, I wouldn't say that. I simply just...
Oh. Huh? Say what?
Oh, I don't mean that I despise them. My apologies.
I should have chosen my words more carefully. Yeah, maybe. A little bit.
I only meant that I find interacting with humans troublesome, and I tend to avoid it as much as possible. That is just the sort of person I am.
So then, why are you okay talking like this?
Since becoming a servant, I have realized the error of my ways, at least in part. So I decided I should continue to talk to others, no matter how reluctant I may be to do so. Oh, if you find it unpleasant, we'd be happy to keep quiet. No, that wouldn't do. That would not do at all, Mash. Well, it is fair to say that I don't like humans. I did try to save them to the best of my ability. I did so in life, and I continue to do so in death. But I'm still not sure why, and that troubles me. Giants are supposed to be immortal. They must not be allowed to die. If they do, that will be my fault. Vikibron? Apologies, I didn't mean to lose my composure. At any rate, I feel as though I'm very close to a breakthrough, and if I'm to find it, I need to continue talking with all of you. So don't worry how I feel about it. I want us to continue to talk freely amongst ourselves. Talk freely amongst ourselves.
You know, I can't help thinking.
Yes?
If you hadn't said that, this wouldn't be an issue now. Yeah, that's true. You make an excellent point. Yeah.
Maybe so, but I'm so glad you told us. I think it was very important that you did. Heroic spirits may exist to protect humanity, but that doesn't mean they all feel the same way about it. Some used to be humans, some are descended from gods, some were never human at all. Yeah? But whoever they used to be, we're all allies now. True. This may sound impertinent, but the fact is that we are indeed allies now. We are our own community. Oh, that reminds me. Holmes, you around? Oh, yes, I'm here. What is it? Oh! What the what? What the fuck? I'm just a mite curious about what's going on outside Russia right now. How's it looking out there? I'm afraid we're not in a position to find that out just yet. There's an enormous storm wall that surrounds all of Russia, you see. That said, the paper moon did show us what Earth currently looks like when we emerged here. It's become a smooth, perfectly round planet. Not a single sign of nature exists to be found, to say nothing of civilization. There may be some slight variations in elevation, but there are no mountains surpassing 1,000 meters that we have seen. The only things remaining on this now empty world are seven abnormal regions. What the hell? Each of roughly the same scale as this version of Russia. I'm afraid that's all we know right now. Well, ain't that just perfect? Yes, Russia ain't the only place that's changed more in a bit. Whoops. My memories are all still blur. There's one thing I know to certainty. I'm damn sure I lived my life. The place I lived my life was a nice, easygoing world, where there weren't no trouble that couldn't be solved with a bullet. Now then, before we continue on our way tomorrow, I believe we should stop at the nearby village and hand out the manifesto.
Go away, servants. Leave now. Don't come back.
Oh, may I ask why? If you know that we're servants rather than humans, then why do you speak to us like that?
I know that you servants are inhuman monsters. That's why I want you to go away. If that still isn't enough for you, then go ahead and kill me first.
Are you that scared of having the terrible?
You lot see our neighbor village on that map of yours?
Yeah, I see it.
Go there and you'll see a sign of the Tsar's power. Then I'm sure you'll understand. So long as that reminder is there, we could never even dream of defying him.
Honestly, understandable. Understandable. Well, that was certainly not the warmest of welcomes. Nonetheless, I'm curious about the sign of the Tsar. I suggest we head there now, and see what we can learn from it.
What do you think, Billy?
Well, I suppose it's alright with me, but I gotta tell you, I got a real bad feeling about this. But sometimes you gotta charge into the lion's den. I ain't too keen on sticking around this village any longer than we gotta. Let's get a move on.
What happened here? Is it completely destroyed?
Did an earthquake hit here? Maybe a twister?
Where's the village? I don't see no houses.
How terrible. What a horrible disaster this must have been. This is downright awful.
What is it? Oh, we can't see anything on our end.
Maybe the comms are acting up? No.
Very well, I'll try to fix them.
Yeah, you do that, buddy. The old smack it method. Are you trying to break our equipment, old man? Looking for an excuse to replace it or something? In case you somehow forgot, we can't just go buy a new one here. If you break it, I'm bringing a replacement from your quarters.
You dare talk to your commander like that? Mesh, use your demi powers to give Mounier the spanking of his. He might enjoy that. Maybe don't do that. The spanking of his life. We can do not. You're still a servant, aren't you? Then get in there and shatter his coccyx. I'm sorry, director, but I can't follow an order like that. Yeah, I would hope not.
Ow. Why would you ever even think to do something like that?
No. No, Mounier.
Very well. If you'd be so kind as to describe the scene for us, I should have no difficulty piecing together what happened. I ain't rather sure, Holmes. Not a lot to describe. Can't say much more than the place has been just about completely obliterated. There are, of course, no survivors to be found. Does it appear to have been burned to the ground? What do you think, Billy? Don't look that way now.
I like the term percussive maintenance. I mean, hey, it works sometimes, you know? The old smack. I once, years ago, had a monitor that, you know, I may have been the type to get mad when playing Call of Duty, and I may have punched the monitor, you know, and it caused the screen to go wonky. You know, a few good smacks to the back and sides, and you know, bada bing, bada boom. It was all good. Kind of. There was a weird line that went through it, but you know, it was all right. It worked.
Don't look that way now. No scorch marks on what's left of the houses or anything like that. Besides, I got a feeling fire don't take well to the conditions around here. Don't see much burning. True. Likely not the work of the Opportunity either. They would have no need to destroy these homes. Tell me, Miss Ritsuka, is there anything that strikes you about the scene? Anything at all?
There was that Tunguska event.
Given that this is a scene of horrendous destruction, you've almost certainly seen its like on your travels to prevent the incineration of humanity. Why don't we briefly recall each of your destinations?
Was I supposed to? Because Tunguska is one of the main interludes, right? Was I supposed to do that before LB1? But no, it didn't unlock for me to buy. Or not. No? I guess you're supposed to LB6. Okay. Then they must be referring to a different Tunguska event then, right?
Why don't we briefly recall each of your destinations? Fuyuki, Orleans, Rome, Okeanos, London, America, Camelot.
Yeah,
Camelot. Aha, now I see. Perhaps this puts you in mind of a holy selection crater?
yeah, yes.
You know, now you mention it, it does look like something crushed those houses from above. But it still somehow wasn't enough, so we got a crater here. Well, what are we dealing with here? Some kind of space rock or something else entirely? Whatever the case, this is the power we faced by opposing Ivan the Terrible. The Yaga here all died instantly without even a moment to be frightened. No wonder that other village was so terrified. It would seem there was little to be gained by handing out the manifesto here. Yeah, suppose might as well just head straight for our destination then. Well, no time like the present. Let's go find out if this Mozart fellow is the sort of monster we can beat, or the sort we can befriend. However the chips fall, my 6-shooter will see us through. Yeah. Gun does, well, as you say, gun does solve a lot of problems in Fate, I guess. Co-signed by Kirisugu. Gun indeed solves problem. Oh, an Avenger, eh? Okay, so Mozart Ota. An Avenger. Yeah. You know what? I won't bring a. Yeah, I'm gonna bring this 120 Scotty. And then I'll bring my Avengers, of course. Or not Avengers, Moon Cancers. I don't know why I said Avenger. Well, actually, I know why, because I was looking at that. Okay. Moon Cancers. BB. How far along are you? You're still a ways away. Okay, yeah, you swap you out. Other BB. Hang on. Let's swap some things around here. Alright. No, do that. Yeah. I'll swap them out. Oh, Mozart, buddy. We would like to have a word with you. Here we are. Ritsuko, would you mind pulling your hood lower to hide your face? One cannot be too careful after all. I'll just go ahead and use my spirit form then. It does seem lively here, despite the late hour. It would be much easier to acquire information if Paxi was still here with us. But since he isn't, the best we can hope to do is eavesdrop. Wait just a moment, please. Oh sure. May I ask why you're putting your hand up to the wall? Why, to eavesdrop, of course. The Tsars. Long live the Tsar. Yeah, we'll find no help here. The Opportunity killed. Not enough to mark a piece of leather. There's a monster. I've been hearing strange sounds lately. Speaking of sounds, the Tsar... Not joking. He said he saw an old-fashioned human with his own eyes. Ah, here we are. He said they're at the old church, you know, the one up north. If we beat them, we still got a shot at winning. Don't be stupid, even if that's true, we're talking about someone the Opportunity take orders from. Yeah, you might not wanna... yeah, might not wanna fuck with that. We can't possibly beat someone like that. Nothing good can come from defying the Tsar. Oh, don't give me that crap now. I'm sick of the damn Tsar. He pawns everything off on the Opportunity, and when he goes out on his own, all he does is wipe another village or town off the map. And when he's not doing that, he doesn't even try to help us. We're the ones who built this city.
The Tsar didn't do shit. So what? You know how strong the Tsar is. That's what it all comes down to in the end. We know that in our bones. Not a single thing we can do in the face of such monstrous power. The only hope we've got is that he doesn't wake up. As long as he stays asleep, we can manage to get by. Damn the opportunity. They're nothing but the Tsar's dogs. Do we have no choice but to kowtow to them? I mean, you could join the rebel army, and you might have a chance at getting, some revenge. There we go. I just learned that a mysterious servant is supposedly staying at an old church. Is there anything you can't do? No. All I did was apply my golem spell in a different manner. In truth, the technique does not lend itself very well to finding specific information. It was simply good fortune that I happened to find what we sought. That alone demonstrates how many Yaga are talking about this. In any case, shall we pay this church a visit? Yeah. Oh, I like how they use the same church layout as Seraph. That's I mean, church. All the churches are the same, right? Who needs different church backgrounds? Just reuse the same one.
So this is the church. I don't detect any movement around there.
Indeed, nor do I see anything out of place that a servant might have left behind.
Same here. It just looks like an ordinary neglected church.
Are you sure about that? What do you think, Holmes? I imagine a detective of your caliber may find something we cannot. Well, it's a bit difficult to get a clear picture over the monitor, but... yes, I do see signs that a servant was here. It seems the servant in question used this church as a base of operations. I believe this place served a similar function to a caster's workshop. He must have felt very much at home.
Well, ain't that something? You really are a great detective.
That was my analysis at work, thank you very much. All Holmes did was look at the summary. Come on, Holmes, you're better than that. Or why did it... No, it's obviously Da Vinci. Why did I give her Gerdolf's voice?
Drat, I've been found out. I suppose you got a bit carried away. I'm afraid I've been under a great deal of stress lately,
since I haven't been able to make many biting deductions.
Haha, I do apologize.
It's all good. Humph. Nice rich coming from you, Detective Happy-Go-Lucky. As if you've ever had a stressful day in your life.
You wound me, Gerdolf. There are some mysteries that simply cannot be solved. That alone is a great source of stress for me.
Very well then. If the servant is staying here, why don't we wait for him to return?
I agree with the Vikabron, Master. It must have been exhausting coming all this way in only 2 days. This seems like a good opportunity to rest up, and I urge you to take it.
These benches may not make for the most comfortable of beds, but I suspect they'll be considerably better than simply sitting down. Okay, I'll get some sleep. Good night, Mash, and thank you. Yeah, Vika Bro and Billy, don't let us get murdered in our sleep, please. That would be really unfortunate, honestly. You have no idea? Never mind their Magecraft alignments, you don't even know their names? Yeah, that was kind of embarrassing, won't lie. Won't lie.
You're kidding. I didn't know you were so cold-hearted, Ritsuka. In that case, you really can't blame them if they wake up pissed off at you, can you? After all, you stole everything from them. Their jobs, their purpose, even their place at Chaldea. Not wrong. Come now, you really don't know. All the miracles you performed are about to be destroyed at the hands of the very paragon of mediocrity. You know, I don't think Wodime can be considered mediocre, though. So... I don't know what he's getting at there. Master! Are you alright, Master? You look like you're having a nightmare. I'm fine. It's nothing. Thank goodness. For a moment I was afraid one of your dreams taking you to another world again. Oh. That's kind of... I think he was shit-talking Gordolf. Yeah, no, yeah, that makes more sense, yeah. Has it really happened before? Yeah, it's kind of funny how they just straight up call out, like, all the interludes and whatnot. And even events. Like, hey, yeah, this is, yeah. Nah, I think Merodach's right. I think it was mainly about Gordolf, because he got schemazed into this. Has it really happened before? Yeah, several times. At any rate, Vikabron. I know, he's here. Well then, time to answer that age-old question. To pull the trigger, or not to pull the trigger? Is it the servant? Yes it is. The servant we believe to be Amadeus is standing in front of the church. He appears to be keeping his magical energy restrained. But he's also not moving from his position. Yes, he's calling us out. He doesn't want to fight in the church, I suppose? What will you do, Master? Let's try talking to him. Surely he will be a reasonable individual. You know, we know him. Well, we know him, he doesn't know us, because, you know. Watch out above you! Hello there. Well, that was a rather rude way to introduce oneself. Is that Amadeus? Kind of. Well, here I am, waiting for more filthy, rebel soldiers to show up. And who should I meet but the Chaldeans? There's no place for you in this lost belt, Chaldeans. Your only escape now is death at my hands. Lost belt. Is that what you just said? Aha, that's it. And if this land's textures have been overwritten, that would make this a belt. I guess you know what they're talking about then. But this isn't the first time that lost belts have been mentioned. Didn't Wodime's speech at the end of the prologue literally mention lost belts? What? Maybe it didn't. Maybe it didn't. I could have sworn it did though. But this is the final piece of the puzzle. I needed to complete my hypothesis. Whee! Look at you all dirted up. That's some kind of suit, or would you call it armor? You tell me that's Amadeus. I can't get a good reading on his spirit origin.
He could be Amadeus, but he could also be someone else. Regardless of who he is, the spirits seem to agree on one thing. He is very much a harbinger of death. God's love is nowhere to be found here. There is only the hunt. As I am no longer human, I shall grant you the gift of death. Are you really Amadeus? Truly? Silence. Silence, silence, silence. My name is Amadeus. It must be, or else God will never forgive me. So that's a no. I think that was a no. Didn't so much say it in words, but you know. Alright, let's get rid of these bozos right quick. She's 120. She should kill that middle ghost, I would think. Yeah. I would have been quite disappointed if she didn't. Alright, Lip. You know what? I'm gonna use this just to guarantee it. Lip, please kill that front one yourself. Please. Nice, okay. Didn't even need the attack buff, but better to be on the safe side. Alright, Amadeus. Your time is now. Probably should get rid of the ghosts first. Actually... Let's do this. We can just get rid of a whole bunch at once. Get rid of the ghosts, take down some of quote-unquote Amadeus's break boss. Oh yeah. That was chunky damage. Ow. Rude. He has... I didn't even notice that. He has friends. Let's do... Then we'll go double arts for BB. Try and get her Noble Phantasm Gauge built back up. Come on, Lippu. Kill those ghosts. Nice. No one lived. The boy who lived. Alright, whatever. We got BB's Noble Phantasm again. Okay, yeah, this fight ain't shit. Alright. Let me swap Lip for the other BB. And let's lower your defense. And bippity boppity boo. Maybe. I'll think about it, BB. I'll think about it.
我が式に踊れ死神
Ow. Not yet. I haven't done the rest of the trial quest yet. Let me... Yeah, now we should attack him.
お手チェスト
I was thinking about attacking a ghost just to build no. Ah, damn it! Come on, attack the back, BB. Attack. Okay. Well, heck you. How rude. All right, this works.
命令ともサマーパス罰ゲームです
We'll finish him with BB channel. Ow. All right. CC.
見たいですか
And then
おて
that.
んばですかおてんばです
Yeah, you are. Indeed, you are.
はいけませんですがご安心を BB 中にお任せ
Yeah, hit him with that shot.
ファーストキュー
Yeah.
とプレ
Give him some weird injection. That's Oh, didn't. Oh man. I wanted to finish him with the BB channel,
砕け散
but
る
sadly no. He lived.
諦めることは許さんぞ
Ah well. Not much to be done. Yeah, I'll probably record the rest of the Hokusai trial quest tomorrow, cause I can't stream tomorrow because of there's I don't want to go into it. It's like personal family stuff, but yeah, I can't stream tomorrow. So later in the day, I'll try and record the Hokusai trial quest, and then hopefully have it up Sunday, maybe. I don't know. Hey, don't take this the wrong way, but what is it? Did you really kill him? I mean, I'm sure you didn't kill him directly. Like, come on, you know, there's all sorts of indirect ways to kill someone, right? You think I killed him? Don't be stupid. Right, of course. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. No, I really mean it. Don't be stupid. Of course I killed him. Oh! I killed Amadeus myself. I am the one who requested the Requiem in D minor. It was I. I am the reason the great prodigy is dead. Preposterous. How fortunate I would be if only that were true. Oh. Yeah, I couldn't kill him. I just couldn't. Yeah, you had me going for a second. Not because we were good friends or even acquaintances, but because I couldn't bring myself to snuff out the life of one with such God-given talent. That is who Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart was. And yet the world, myself included, cannot but seek someone to blame for the death of one such as he. So we told ourselves that some fool must have driven him to the depths of hell, all because they envied his divine symphonies. And also that we could avoid facing the most hellish truth ourselves, that even a composer of his incredible talent could die as easily as anyone else. I mean, yeah, why wouldn't he be able to? That is how I was remade. Yes, remade. But that's okay. That's how it should be. I loved him, I envied him, I yearned for him. I respected him, admired him, looked up to him. So to bear the honor of being the one to kill that great prodigy, I could ask no greater gift of God. Still, that said, I feel like he once told me something much more important. And what's that? please, just listen to me. There's nothing for us to discuss.
GACHA, you masked bastard.
God damn it.
It's not him. That's not Amadeus at all.
He doesn't look anything like him, and his spirit origin is different.
Not even being an altar could explain this much difference. Who are you really?
I'm not Amadeus. Damn it, I'm not Amadeus. Huh? Miss Ritsuka, look out. It's an ambush. Huh? You guys must be working with old-fashioned radar? That explains why it was so easy to sneak up on you.
That voice.
Stand by, Opportunity. This is the one I've been waiting for. Hi, Caddick. I didn't expect to see you out and about yourself. How you doing? Looks like the court musician isn't doing so hot. Well, that's okay. I wasn't gonna need him much longer anyway. Goodbye, Salieri. Salieri. So that was Antonio Salieri?
Caddick, is that you?
Mashed Kirillite? Oh, you're just on comms. Now then. Yeah, I didn't want to say anything, but I'd seen Antonio Salieri in supports before. But just the other day, he popped up in supports again, and I was like, oh, right. Yeah, okay. And so yeah, I don't want to say anything, but yeah, I kind of knew before this that yeah.
Now then. I know it's kind of cliched, but some things just gotta be said, you know? We meet at last, the last master of humanity. My name's Caddick Zemlupus. I'm the cryptor in charge of this lost belt.
I don't suppose you'd be willing to come back to Chaldea's side, would you, Caddick? Probably not. No, yeah, I didn't think so. But hey, you never know.
今年も
He might
あと少しとなりました。小さな
see reason. Maybe. Probably not. Probably not. Yeah, sure, use her again. I gotta swap people back out. Give me Draco. Give me no, it's the you. There we go. Alright. Let's go all over the place. Section 14, Lost Belt. Lost Belt. I guess game, I'm aware I'm in a Lost Belt. Didn't have to tell me. Caddick? Where have I heard that name before? I wonder.
If I may, senpai, Caddick Zemlupus is a member of Team A. He possesses an exemplary aptitude for race shifting, and I believe...
Don't bother. I don't care if she remembers me or not. And besides, Spodam already told you who we are. I'm one of the 7 cryptors, and we helped bring about the end of the world. That should be enough for you.
Wait, please. Then does that mean that you and Kushtaria and everyone else on Team A are really...
You sure talk a lot more now, don't you? Back then you just parroted whatever anyone told you. That doesn't matter. Stay out of this, Kirillite. You were nothing more than a... Wow. Wow. You know what? I don't feel bad for you anymore. I kind of felt a little bad, and I kind of hoped maybe we'd be able to work something out, but no. You can get murdered right here.
You are nothing more than a tool to us. A device we
Planned to bring along to help us summon servants after we'd race shifted.
We never cared about your opinions.
You were just supposed to keep your mouth shut and help us out however we needed.
So don't bother worrying about
Infringing on our rights, or what we're like as people.
We never bothered to do that for you after all.
That's not... No, that doesn't matter anymore. Now you're an enemy of Chaldea, aren't you, Katic?
That's right. I'm glad you're not a complete idiot. That saves a lot of time. You've already made our declaration of war. Now our goal is to grow our lost belts and bring about an end to proper human history. I guess you've already pretty much taken care of that last bit.
Lost belt. Is that what the singularity is called?
No. A singularity is just a single point in time. This is a belt. The point when everything changed in this world happened long ago, and now it has its own history. It sucks there's no more rock music anymore.
But the demonic beast howls can get pretty close. Why would you do... Yeah.
I don't have to tell you shit.
But I guess we can talk a bit before I kill... Yeah, good luck with that, buddy. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if you can pull that off.
Talk a bit before I kill you. Tell me, Ritsuka, why didn't you die instead of us?
Huh?
Instead of you?
You heard me. There would have been way fewer losses that way. We all know what you achieved. Gotta admit, it freaking
Sucked to have that be one of the first things we heard about after we woke up.
And now that we know, I can say this with total certainty. If it had been me, or even better, anyone else on Team A, especially Wodheim,
I bet there'd have been way fewer dead, and we wouldn't have taken a whole damn year either. I disagree. I just happened to be the only master left.
Exactly. You just happened to be there, so you just happened to get chosen. And thanks to that, a ton of people died in the incineration of humanity. Congratulations!
You racked up the highest casualty count imaginable. I mean, I can't say he's wrong necessarily. Because, we did find out that the events of the singularities did in fact carry over. So, like, Uruk being destroyed years sooner than it should have been did in fact become part of history, I believe. That was what we found out, right? Gil told us that the singularity events do in fact happen, or, carry over. They just... I think so. I think that's how it went. They just are given explanations that are easier for the human consciousness to believe.
That's enough, Katic. Remember, I'm Ritsuka's servant now. I'm not about to let you
insult my master, no matter what the circumstance.
You can't fool me, Kirielite. Don't tell me the thought never crossed your mind. Everyone on Team A was chosen for a reason. Wodheim, Ophelia, Pepe, Daebit. Any one of them would have done a better job than Ritsuka there, and you know it.
You may be right, but there's no point in thinking about that now. The fact is, none of you were there. We all did the best we could under the circumstances. We didn't have time to even consider hypotheticals during the year it took us for the restoration of humanity. But I can tell you there is one thing I'm certain of after what you said, Kadik.
Oh, and what's that?
I would never have lived to see how things turned out if anyone from Team A had been the one to handle it. If it wasn't for Master Ritsuka, I wouldn't even be here right now.
Well, I guess you've got me there. Any one of us would have probably abandoned you without a second thought at some point.
So if you're in charge of Russia, Kadik, I take it the others are all in charge of these other lost belts?
That's right. Not that knowing that's gonna do you much good.
Yeah, why would you? Why? Yeah, what do you get out of this?
We're not destroying the world. All we're destroying is proper human history. Then again, we're all going to pit our lost belts against each other too, so I guess those will be going away as well. By the way, who are those servants you've got with you?
I do not feel any particular obligation to divulge my identity to a spoiled child of an enemy such as you.
Same here. Not that I expect I'm fooling anyone.
Shh. Well, whatever. It never hurts to be cautious, but I'll be getting rid of you all anyway. Oprichniki, kill them.
And I thought you'd be reasonable. Shaking my head.
Master, the Oprichniki are about to attack. Please prepare for battle.
Let's do this, you two.
Let's crush them into a fine paste.
And then maybe we'll be able to get Kadik to fess up to something, to what the end goal is. Because obviously there's something beyond just destroying proper human history and having the Lost Belts fight. Like, surely they have some end game beyond that. Like, yeah, whichever Lost Belt wins would become human history, but like, why do they want that? Like, let's be real here. We definitely don't want Cadix to win, right? Like, that would not be good for anyone, really. No, Lippu, why? Ah, lip. How disappointing. I should have just done a full combo. Well. Too late now. Alright. Get him, Lip. Crit. No crits, okay. Well, you know, little disappointing out of you, Lip, but hey, that's alright. That's alright. We'll figure something out, I guess. I should just get done quick, to be honest. That would have gotten us a nice little crit turn. Nice. Alright. The final battle. 3 of 3. I should have used this ages ago. Why didn't I? This will only go up by 30, right? So it wouldn't get Draco there, I don't think. Or is it 40? It might be 40. Oh, it's 50? Oh, okay. Then definitely use that. Alright, I mean, may as well do Draco first. I'm not servants. And... oh, wait. Use this. So it does a little bit more. And... Draco.
見るがよい。これが貴様らの繁栄のこと。欲望の空を切り裂く流星のきらめきである。
Okay.
テイバロンドムスアウレア。
Alright, that one's dead.
この両手は冷たい鉄のままだけど、心までは怪物にならないように。言って、ブリューヒルでロマンシア。
Yeah, okay, perfect.
世の行く手が阻めぬ。
Perfect.
英霊のように振る舞うのも悪く
All
ない。
dead.
少し
Nice job, Lip.
重はゆいかな。
Great job. Absolutely impeccable. Alright, Kadek, we beat your opportunity. Gonna run away like a coward? Or face us? Oh boy, a caster. Caster. Oh, so he probably brought Anastasia with him. I want to bring a caster because it's almost always just like casters who have the... and assassins. Caster and assassins have those on. Very rarely does anything else have the bond, extra bond gain on them. You know what, sure. El Meloy. Let's do this. What? I think I'm just sleeping on his own for a second. So Lip with a giant claws trying to use a slingshot aiming at... Ooh. I think you need sleep. Yeah, you should probably sleep. That sounds like a yeah, I don't even know. I mean, at least it seems like a interesting daydream or hallucination, however you want to put it. My, it looks like I'll have to make another one. A Kabbalist. Are you Solomon Gabriel, aka Vikibron, the Golem Master? Oh, you're quite learned. I suppose using so many golems does make it obvious, even with the mask. You are indeed correct. I don't even need to bother asking about you. Well, I can't tell if you're Billy the Kid or Buffalo Bill, but that really doesn't matter much, or much matter. The hell it doesn't. I'm Billy. I ain't gonna tolerate being confused for no prairie lover. Anyway, this works out nicely. You've got your servants and I've got mine. Let's find out which of them is stronger. Caster. Oh no. Here she comes, the Ice Queen, Grand Duchess. Was it worth coming out all this way then, Master? I hate letting wild guards run around.
See, yeah, I feel a lot better now.
That's the woman who destroyed Chaldea. Then she was a servant who hails from this version of Russia. I knew it. Avika Braun seems like you'd be rather useful.
So what, you want me to change out your contract? I mean, I could do that, but... Alright. Might not be the easiest fight for you, but I'm sure you can pull this off.
Oh yes, that much is certain.
Yeah, being kind of cocky there.
Bow down before the glory of the Tsar, fiends of proper human history. My name is Anastasia. I am the daughter of this land's undying dynasty, now and forevermore.
I knew it. You're Grand Duchess Anastasia of the Romanov dynasty. But how is that possible? You're a tragic figure, not a valiant one. Nothing you did should have let you become a heroic spirit.
Yes, you're right. I have no barbaric tales of heroism to my name, nor any stories of royalty gone mad. But I do have...
I'm not even gonna try.
I'm a servant of this lost belt, and as such I shall eliminate you all. Come, let's kill them together. Hear my command and obey. You are to become
Sculptures of snow and ice, writhing in agony in this world of permafrost for all eternity. What if I don't wanna? What if I don't wanna be a writhing figure of snow and ice? Did you ever think about that? No. Didn't think so. So rude. Oh boy. Alright. Mayhaps I should use this. No, I should save that. Yeah, I should save that. This first battle might be a little bit slow going without the extra damage there, but yep, just focus on Draco. Oh, I wonder if her quick will kill that front one. We'll see. Maybe. Nice. Nice. Passion Lipu. Wow, rude. So heckin' rude. I should save that too, to be honest. Yeah, we'll do this. This might kill. Okay. Yeah. I had to be cautious though. Didn't know if that first one would kill or not. But hey, you know, it all good. No, what am I doing? Boom, 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 boom. Crit. Nice. Nush. Alright, Anastasia. You think you're hot stuff? Well, I'll show you. I'll show you. Oh yeah. We can best you. That's cheating? What? You little cheater. Just because I can do similar things doesn't mean you can do that. That's so fucked up. How dare he? Alright, I'm gonna hold off on using Draco's Noble Phantasm until I have the Roman trait applied to her. And so let's just do... Yeah, let's do a full lip combo. Oh, attack down. Oh, that's sick. That's awesome. I love that. All right, there we go. I don't know why I used that there. That was silly. Alright, boom, boom, boom. That attack down she put on us is very effective, it seems. Alright, this should be 400%. So this should do a nice little chunk of damage. Yeah, her attack down definitely fucked this up a little bit. I should have used my master skill to... offset it. Ah, well. How about... wait, you don't have, okay, that shouldn't matter. Because it's not immunity, it's just resistance. But this shouldn't be affected by resist ups, yeah. You know, sure. Offset it some more. Alright. Crit, crit, crit. Nice. Crit, 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 crit. Not nice. Crit. Okay. Yeah, a bit late, buddy. Alright, that's still up, so we can do this. And I think we win. Ha. Don't even get to use your noble phantasm. What a little wimp. Oh, but we're the ones who retreat, though. Of course, for story's sake, right? Mm-hmm. Shaking my head. We beat her behind, and we still... ah, well. 'Tis what it is.
V, let your gaze unfurl even more. Let your wicked eye expose the truth behind all things.
Mystic eyes. It's that demonic beast is what's been turning my golems to dust in an instant.
How rude. V is no demonic beast. He's my most trusted elemental. He has been an ally to the Romanov dynasty for generations.
That doesn't make him any less of a monster. I suppose I was a bit late coming up with an anti-Mystic Eye strategy. Anastasia, look out! Salieri's woken up. Huh. Cursed dogs of the Tsar. Okay, so he was being manipulated. Behold, my noble phantasm! Our Lord in heaven, have pity on me. Dio Santissimo Misericordia de me. I butchered that, but that's fine.
This is...
He doesn't care who he hits. I can't believe that was the first thing he pulled after getting his memories back. What a whack job. Still, looks like that was all he had.
My, you certainly startled me. I must be the only member of the Romanov dynasty who's ever been
Attacked from above by the court musician. Probably. It's a very specific set of circumstances. So yeah, probably.
Not that it matters now.
You, how dare you brainwash me? Twist me into doing your dirty work. You're nuts. I didn't twist you into anything. All I did was put you to work in an effective way. Anyway, I can't have you running around on your own anymore, no matter how weak you might be. Anastasia crushes legs.
I got you. Golems activate. Mine hand is a spear of azure ice. She said Sephiroth.
Did he just turn snow into golems? I thought you said that wouldn't work. Anastasia. Since when do masters go around shielding their servants? Since the beginning. Obviously, duh. Right, Shiro? Right.
It's no big deal. I just did it because I thought I could. And I was right. Neither of us is hurt, are we?
Caddick.
Very well then. I believe that is our cue to escape. I trust we'll be taking him with us.
You read my mind. And you know, even if he's a bit feral, you know, if he hates them, then we could be allies. Probably. I see, so this is what it means for one's master to rub off on you. I'll have to bear this in mind for future reference. Yeah, you do that. Alright, we just disappear? Okay.
Follow them.
Understood.
Would it be any consolation if I said we at least avoided the worst possible outcome?
I suppose. It would have been best if we could have crushed them here, but we didn't have the priest or enough opportunity to make it happen. If we can take them all together, so much the better. Besides, thanks to you, I got an idea.
What is it?
If it works, it might be just what we need to bring down a big mountain all at once.
I see. I thought a plan would take a little longer to come to fruition.
It all depends on how well we negotiate. If I can offer him something he wants, he's bound to give in. That's the sort of servant he is.
Hmm?
Alright, then let's start spreading the Tsar's glory to this part of the frontier. Oprichniki, this place was harboring traitorous rebels. I take it you know what to do?
Yes, everything shall burn. Everyone shall die.
That's right. You're all to crush this town with your own hands.
That must have been what they were like back when they were alive, too. Just like the ones who killed me.
Keep that to yourself, Anastasia, or you'll end up disrespecting the Tsar.
Master,
Don't you preach to me about disrespect.
Right, sorry about that. Anyway, they should be done at the palace at this point.
that's true. We should
Damn.
hurry back then. The Tsar must be looking for me by now, even if he still hasn't fully awakened. Probably.
Well, we got +1 ally. We got closure, or, you know, I guess not us, because we already knew, but, you know, Mash and Ritsuka and all them got, you know, closure about, or not closure, that's not the word I'm looking for. Now know with a certainty who their enemy is. And, yeah, you know, things are going pretty well, honestly. And we're alive. We didn't have any casualties. So, I mean, all in all, that was pretty good, pretty good run. I'm assuming that's Salieri. I'll go ahead and use him. Some Kyrios. Yeah, confirmation. Loading. Ding Oh. It was, I remember, such a beautiful, peaceful day. The flowers that bloomed here were so beautiful, so strong. Look at this, these must be the hardiest flowers in the world. And you too are a flower blooming strong here in the confines of the palace. That's what I wanted to say. Maybe I actually did. Or maybe I was never able to summon up the courage. Either way, I grieved for the flowers. And yet now I can no longer even remember what they look like. That's sad.
Why do you look so sad?
I feel like I'm having a bad dream. Why would I feel this way when everything I see is so beautiful?
You must be tired.
Come, lay your head on my lap and rest.
It is the least I can do for you, my beloved Tsar. My beloved husband.
Okay. Seems random, but alright.
Dad, why do Yaga have to be strong?
Well, the way I see it, we Yaga made a mistake.
A mistake?
We mistook how the world works. Or maybe we chose it? Whenever it was, we made a mistake and the world left us behind. Still, while we may have made a mistake, that doesn't mean we were in the wrong. We're still here, still alive. So as long as that's the case, we'll keep on fighting until the world ends once and for all.
Okay.
That's it? Alright. I still remember that conversation. This world is always beset by blizzards. It's rare that we ever see the sun's light directly. It's not just in my head. Surviving here really does take a lot out of you. I think I get what my old man meant now. Old man meant. No matter how hard it gets, we'll keep on surviving until there's no more world left to us. I mean, I guess that's all you really can do, I suppose. I guess they brought him to, Moscow.
So this is the capital, Yaga Moscow.
Buildings are a heck of a lot nicer here.
Goodness, I can't believe you defied the Tsar.
Worthless Yaga. That was too good for him.
Damn it.
Move.
Shut up.
Hey, didn't Kirei say to be careful with him?
Did that Yaga do something bad?
He's an incorrigible Yaga who forgot the debt of gratitude we owe to the Tsar. Now he's suffering the consequences for incurring the Tsar's wrath, and rightly so. Hang on. Make sure you don't ever end up like him. I don't know what he was thinking to find the strongest being in existence. We all need to stick together if we're going to survive in this world.
Stick together, he says? What a laugh. It's so funny, it makes me want to scream. All we do is abandon our weak. We cut them out like Krichat entrails, in consequence our numbers.
Oh, whoops.
Our numbers are always dwindling. That's who we Yaga are. We just keep dying and killing. We live without hope. We're just waiting for our inevitable doom, without even trying to fight back against it.
Yeah, that was pretty... hypocritical of that Yaga to say. This is the Tsar's chamber. You must be the first rebel to ever make it this far, Paxi. By the way, there's still something I don't quite understand. After your rebel friends retreated, why did you continue to wander around the town alone? Surely you weren't just bringing up the rear.
Shut up.
Very well then. Let's change the subject. Would you mind telling me where the rebel army base is located? It can be our little secret. I'm afraid I've been so concerned about it that it's been keeping me up at night, just like Katic. If you could help me with my insomnia, you have my word that I'll let you go in return. I don't believe you!
You really think I'd ever tell you that?
Ha ha ha.
What's so funny?
What's the creepy laugh? Easy, young Paxi, relax. I know you're just an ordinary Yaga. As I said before, I also know that even ordinary Yaga are highly resilient creatures. Physically, that is. Conversely, they are mentally fragile and quite easily broken, especially in the face of someone stronger than they are. Perhaps it's their bestial instincts at work. Who could say?
What are you talking about? What are you getting at, you evil bastard?
Oh, that should become clear shortly. This will be a test of sorts, for myself as well as for you. See if you can withstand the pressure exerted by the Tsar. Okay, we're leaving it there? Okay. Really?
What is this place?
It would seem to be a village that the Opportunity razed to the ground. Unfortunately, none survived. Though it pains me to say this, I believe we should set up camp here. We need to take advantage of everything we can, after all.
How could you lose so miserably? You had 2 servants to the 1.
Sure did. Mighty sorry about that.
I have no excuse.
We still got plenty of fight left. Yeah, she was just a little too much to handle.
Ah, if that pathetic display was the best you could do, you'll get your asses handed to you again.
Care to repeat that for me, fella?
Humph, it's true. Deep down, you know I'm right.
Well,
I believe what Godolph is trying to say is that servant is a fearsome opponent. As such, you could use all the help you can get. So why not have Antonio Salieri there join our side?
Who are you lot?
We're the Chaldea security organization. We came here from a place outside of Russia. Though I'm afraid we've lost the building that used to be our headquarters. At any rate, the person there with you is Ritsuka, Chaldea's last remaining master. There's also...
I'm a Vikibron. I take it you are the Salieri? Perhaps not quite in the way you imply, but yes. I will admit to being that Salieri.
What do you mean?
The name Salieri is synonymous with one thing. No need to dance around it. You have heard I am responsible for Amadeus' death, have you not? I am the embodiment of that reputation. Give me a moment while I remove this mystic code.
Mystic code?
I mean, yeah, you didn't think... you didn't think that was just him, right? Right, Mash? Mash? Phew.
Ah, this is who I truly am. Take a look at my servant power for yourselves.
Oh.
You're quite weak. I didn't think there were any other servants in this world with lower stats than Shakespeare or myself. It would seem you even give Anderson a good run for his money.
Of course. I'm just an ordinary composer. I never wrote any symphonies that left a mark in history. At best, I'm a mediocrity of a man. But no matter. The sole reason I exist on the throne of heroes at all is because I am said to have killed Amadeus. Whether or not I actually did kill him is completely irrelevant. People were convinced that I did, and so here I am. Then one might say you're affected by the innocent monster skill. I believe so. True. Salieri was indeed suspected of killing Amadeus, even when he was still alive.
Right.
They even made a movie about it. Okay, so why were you on Ivan the Terrible's side then?
I would like to know that as well. Are you originally a servant from the Lost Belt? I believe the Crypta, that boy, Kadok, called this place the Lost Belt. So you know of that name. First, let me answer your question with one of my own. Tell me, humans of Chaldea, what do you know about the Lost Belts?
Only that they're abnormal zones that somewhat resemble singularities.
If you don't mind, Miss Curiolite, I'll field that one. First, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Mr. Salieri. I'm Sherlock Holmes, Chaldea's administrative advisor. I became a servant through unusual means, just like you. We have been investigating this peculiar version of Russia, where history is so unlike our own. I have a number of hypotheses, but I've been unable to find a critical element to tie everything together. Until you first mentioned that word. Lost Belt, a chronological table detailing an alternate path taken by human history. An unbroken strip that continues onward to the present day, rather than occupying a single point in time. No wonder it isn't like a singularity. A singularity is one point in time or history, as it should be went awry, after all. That is not the case here in Russia. In this world, everything is as it should be. Nothing has gone awry. It has history quite separate from our own proper human history, even though it's not a world gone completely mad like the singularities. No doubt the branching point was the Great Cold Wave that struck 450 years ago, when Earth was thrown into a new ice age. And Russia as we see it now is the product of history, moving forward from that point.
So, you're saying this is an ongoing deviation from human history? Is that anything like a parallel world? Nope, it's not that. These Lost Belts are something altogether different. If we assume that parallel worlds exist, then our civilization and lifestyle should also be fundamentally the same. By definition, they're closely tied to a well-defined base world. In other words, the base world and its parallel worlds are all following the same course. But let's say there's a world where history diverges radically, going completely off the rails. Say at one point something changes irrevocably. It could be a huge natural disaster or a major technological breakthrough. And the world that's gone off the rails is effectively erased from the universe, deemed to be something that doesn't belong. Once that happens, its destruction is all but assured. No matter how developed it might be, its evolution just ends. For better or worse, this universe just isn't willing to tolerate worlds whose future prospects are plain to see. You know how you prune unnecessary branches when you're trying to grow a tree? Same thing here. If a world, even a utopia, strays too far from its base axis, it gets the clippers, so to speak. In the Magecraft world, it's called the pruning theoretical phenomenon. And it's what allows our universe to keep expanding unimpeded. That's the Mages Association's stance, anyway. Pruning theoretical phenomenon. Then Russia didn't end up as a frozen wasteland because of a plot, like what happened with the King of Mages.
Correct. Its climate has always been like this. And it is in fact that very climate that led to the changes in human history. This is a world where history continued on past the 100-year marker, long after it would ordinarily have been pruned away. In essence, this history lost to proper human history. Or lost to proper human history, but now it has appeared in our own world.
Oh, right. It looks like strong alternative histories or Lost Belts, which we know almost nothing about, are being wielded as weapons to invade and destroy proper human history. The incineration of humanity was an attack on human history, orchestrated by GACHA, a singular and an entity. But now these Lost Belts are attacking the very world itself. If I were to give this a name, I think I might call it the felling theoretical phenomenon. Yeah, I think I like the sound of that. Let's go with it.
history, the lost to other history.
Are you serious? Then what you're telling us this Russia is going to become the de facto way of life for the entire planet?
If it continues on this path, yes. But of course, we won't let it come to that. Yeah, I would hope not. Now then, that went on quite a bit longer than I had anticipated. But that is the current theory. Tell me, Mr. Salieri, are we more or less on the mark? Ah, yes, you're spot on. I'm impressed you managed to arrive at that conclusion without being from a lost belt yourselves. There's nothing more I can tell you beyond what you figured out. Now that you have the facts, what you do with them is up to you. As for your original question, you wish to know if I originate from this lost belt, and whether I serve that crypta? My answer, of course, is no. This Russia has not known music for some time. My story is the same as that gunslinger's. I am a rogue servant, summoned by the death throes of this land's true form, before the Lost Belt overwrote it. My memories of proper human history are now vague, and have been conflated with my memories of this Lost Belt. I cannot say if it was that master or that priest, but one of them did something to my head. Even as we speak, I remain unsure if I'm on the right side. We'll simply have to trust that you, we'll simply have to trust that you are. If nothing else, we know you're not a Yaga. Yes, that's true. That is very true. Above all, this world is utterly devoid of music. It seems I have no choice but to join your side. Thank you. We are grateful for your assistance. To begin, we could use any information you have. What can you tell us about the servants in Yaga Moscow? I am the court musician. Nothing less and nothing more. I had no contact with the outside world. The only one who ever spoke to me was Metropolitan Macarius. Metropolitan Macarius? That was the only man Ivan the Terrible looked up to as a mentor. Is he a Yaga too? No, he's a servant. He does look human, but I doubt he is the same man. He's probably Japanese, and a pseudo-servant.
A Japanese priest and a pseudo-servant?
That must be Father Kotomine. Of course, who else? I don't know anything about any others. I don't know anything about any others. The only people I've met are the Opportunity and that master and servant pair we just fought earlier. I see. Well, that's disappointing. Very well then. What do you know about that endless storm wall? Or perhaps the Tree of Emptiness? I know nothing about either, although I did hear Metropolitan Macarius say that that tree is the cornerstone of this lost belt. He also said that without the Tree of Emptiness, it would be impossible to mount an attack on reality. So destroy the tree, save the world? Or at least save the world from this lost belt anyway?
That would definitely seem to make the most sense. For one thing, it's smack dab in the middle of this lost belt. And for another, it's a foreign entity that's not even showing up on the Paper Moon's compass. This is the same Paper Moon that's been observing this lost belt Russia as an ordinary part of the Earth's topography. And the only thing he can figure out to do with that tree is to exclude it. So for the moment, it would seem safe to assume that that tree is the source of this felling theoretical phenomenon.
Then if we do something with that tree, Russia will return to the way it was.
I don't know.
Easier said than done. The Tree of Emptiness lies with the Tsar himself. To reach it, you'll have to face him. I see. Then it seems I'll have to do that at some point. What about the Opportunity? How many of them are stationed at the capital? No less than a small army. A small army? Just like what we saw in Antarctica. Haha, that's going to be quite the obstacle.
This is no laughing matter, Holmes. I fail to see what you find so funny.
Is that Mystic Code you were wearing an innocent monster too?
That's right. I am the Grey Man, the one who drove Mozart to his death. Salieri is no more than an avatar I wear, so to speak, out of convenience. I have one last question. What do you think of this lost belt? I think it needs to be fixed. Isn't that what you people are attempting to do?
Yes, that is certainly one of our goals.
Ritsuka, was it? I can see you are the conductor of this little orchestra. Are you mad? I'm the commander around here. She's nothing more than an occasionally useful trombone.
I suppose that'd make me the violin. Da Vinci, how do you feel about being the flute?
Good grief. You all certainly do love your digressions, don't you? You remind me of Amadeus and his unshakable high spirits. Ritsuka, I would like to speak with Sherlock Holmes. Alone, if possible.
Okay. That's... I mean, I'm sure if he was saying anything sinister, Holmes would tell us. So, I mean, I'm not too concerned. But still...
My apologies. I hope this won't take too long.
Mighty curious to know what that Salieri fellow wants to talk to Holmes about.
This lost belt, maybe? Probably.
That would be my guess. Salieri has been here longer than any of us. I expect he has his own sense of things. Thank you for your patience. Allow me to come to the point. I have decided to join you, though conditionally. You may employ my power however you see fit.
That's great! What's the condition? What hoops are we jumping through?
Simple. Should we encounter Amadeus, you will let me focus on him first and foremost.
Okay. Alright, I mean... okay.
Wait, what? Does that mean you're going to kill him?
I mean, I feel like there's no guarantee... I mean, I guess if he's here, then I guess there's a chance Amadeus would have been chain summoned. I guess.
Of course. I am the man in grey, the innocent monster known as Salieri. If we were to meet, I would have no choice but to kill him.
I can't accept that. If Amadeus has been summoned here, he's sure to be a servant from proper human history.
If I had been summoned as an anti-hero, so tortured by malice that I was constantly writhing in agony, I'd be so at odds with all of you that we would not even be able to have this conversation. I admit that earlier, I was so overcome by a berserker-like madness that I simply went around mercilessly slaughtering any Yaga I encountered. But now I have regained my senses and my sanity alike. Even picturing Amadeus'
Smug, pear-shaped face does little more than make my skin crawl. Damn.
In other words, I see. Like master, like servant. That means the Amadeus who is here is evil now. I suppose it's the fate of every servant to be influenced by their master's personality. That is why I will kill Amadeus. I must kill him. It is my destiny, my fate.
But what if he isn't evil?
It would be impossible for that to be the case. But even if he is not, it would be of no consequence. My purpose in life is to kill Amadeus. That will never change. Now then, that's enough chit-chat. We are returning to the rebel army's stronghold tomorrow, are we not? You should rest up while you can, Master. Now, if you'll excuse me.
So Amadeus is our enemy now. I know we fought former allies before, like Cuckoo Lane, but...
Never gets any easier, yeah.
I wouldn't worry about it if I were you. This friend-turned-enemy servant would be unaware of his betrayal. Take the heroes of myth. They've always been much more willing to accept shifting allegiances among both their friends and foes. It was their belief that they would all meet again in Eden, so they had no difficulty taking it in their stride when friend became foe or vice versa. Above all, there's nothing you could do now that would undo the encouragement he once offered you. Rest assured that he spoke truly, sincerely, and from the heart.
Oh, that's a good point. Thank you, Vikibron.
Can I call you Professor? No. Please don't. That would be rather painful for me.
Painful?
I have no right to be anyone's teacher. I have long since abandoned any qualifications I may have had.
Alright, well. If it hurts you that much, we won't do it.
Moving on. We need to discuss Cadix's servant. I believe she is to him what Miss Kirillite is to Itsuka, his personal exclusive servant.
She is also, of course, the monster who encased all of Chaldea in solid ice.
Oh, right. I remember Cadix called her by her true name at one point. Anastasia.
Anastasia, yes, indeed.
If my theory is correct, she's a descendant of the Romanov dynasty. She is a Grand Duchess who came to a most tragic end.
There's another famous figure with that name too. Ivan the Terrible's first wife. The first Tsaritsa, whom he loved with all his heart.
So, which Anastasia are we dealing with here? I'm afraid there needs to be no suspense about this. She is unquestionably the Romanov descendant.
How can you be so sure? Since Ivan the Terrible's here, couldn't she be his Tsaritsa?
I have looked into Tsaritsa Anastasia's history,
and she's clearly not the type to relish the spotlight.
She became Tsaritsa at the age of 17, and passed away only 13 years later. Ivan the Terrible took several more wives following her death, but he never opened up to anyone else. Generally speaking, one would indeed expect to find her with him, but it is highly improbable that she'd be summoned as a servant. Of course, she could still have been an inhabitant of this world, just like Ivan the Terrible, which would have made her summoning possible. But given that she's human in appearance, that seems altogether improbable as well.
So she's the Romanov dynasty one, yeah.
Precisely. Anastasia Nikolaevna Romanova. She's the Grand Duchess of Ice, a young girl who bore the brunt of Russia's darkness. Now then, allow me to share an abridged version of Anastasia's background, and some of the secrets I managed to dig out from Chaldea's library.
How obvious is it? I mean, pretty obvious. I just assumed it was, you know, the wife of the Tsar. But I guess just female Tsar would also make sense.
Chaldea's library? Wasn't it destroyed in the attack?
Oh, I guess it'd be the same thing.
I anticipated certain emergencies may arise eventually, so I took the liberty of collecting as much useful data from it as I could. Anastasia Nikolaevna Romanova. She is the fourth daughter of the last Romanovs ever to hold the Tsardom, Nikolai II, and his wife Alexandra. In the years before her death, famine plagued all of Russia as a result of the ongoing First World War. In 1917, frustrations reached a breaking point. Efforts to quell a protest left some people dead. Some of Russia's soldiers banded together in revolt against the Tsardom. Moscow declared martial law in response, but by then the Imperial Guards had chosen to side with the rebels. And then murdered the daughter. Okay, I see. After a tremendous uproar, the Tsar abdicated. The Romanov imperial family fell into disarray, and were essentially confined to house arrest. The historical records described Nikolai as a good husband and father. But in light of these events, it would seem he was ill-equipped to handle the threat to his reign. Alternatively, he may have been perfectly well-equipped, but the times may have simply been too dire for anyone in his position to overcome. In the wake of these events, Russia would end up split into several different factions, eventually uniting as a single nation known as the Soviet Union. That bit of history can wait for another time. For the moment, let's focus our attention on Nikolai II's family. Having been confined to their home, their lavish lifestyle evaporated practically overnight, and they were seldom heard from again. Although records do say that they continued to employ servants and cooks. At any rate, the situation grew more dire the following year, in April of 1918. The new Leninist administration feared that the Sorry, my lips are really dry, so I'm having a hard time. The new Leninist administration feared that the Czechoslovak Legion, or White Army, would try to reinstate the Tsar's family by force, and decided to have them executed. Oh! Ideally, they would have preferred to do so following a trial, in order to create an official record. But the threat the Tsar's reinstatement posed to their administration forced their hand. Being the cousin of the German Kaiser, Anastasia's mother, Alexandra, still had some value as a bargaining chip. But that value evaporated the instant the German ambassador was assassinated by extremists. In essence, everything about Anastasia's family, their bloodline, their presence, their very existence, was seen as a hindrance. This led the powers that be to refrain from making the Romanovs' sentence public, and so instead they determined to do away with them in secret. Yeah, it's kind of fucked up. So they were executed. At least that is how those in power would like it described. Those who were present said it was in truth no more than a massacre. Yeah. Some believe that Anastasia managed to survive her family's execution, but that theory was thoroughly disproven several decades later, thanks to DNA testing. There's simply no denying that this innocent young girl had her life ripped from her simply because she was born to the wrong family at the wrong time. Anastasia's story is indeed one of tragedy. She is one of many sacrificed on the altar of history. However, although her story in proper human history ends there, it continues in the history of magecraft. Oh?
The history of magecraft? Does that mean the Romanov family was involved in magecraft?
I'm afraid the answer to that question remains unclear. They may have had some secret involvement in it, or they may merely have known of its existence. All we know for certain is that a number of lost Fabergé eggs made their way into the world of magecraft. From that we learn that each generation's Tsar had formed a contract of sorts with a certain phantasmal. However, as this rumored phantasmal did not see fit to save Tsar Nikolai II's life, the notion was dismissed as false. But after seeing Anastasia fight, I have determined that there is another possibility. She is a shaman, a spirit keeper. In other words, it was neither her father Nikolai, nor her brother Alexei who was the heir to the Romanov magecraft. It was indeed Anastasia herself. So she's the heir to an imperial family? Who've been ruling over a land of ice and snow for more than 300 years, huh?
Ain't quite as bad as Ivan the Terrible, but still pretty goddamn intimidating. But here in his lost belt, Ivan the Terrible's czardom has continued unabated for the past 450 years. A lot of difference twixt Yaga history and ours. Humans seem more and not frail in comparison. We got all manner of knowledge and wisdom over the years that let us take down our toughest enemies. So running a place like this for 300 years is damn impressive. No two ways about it. Unfortunately, while I have learned a great deal about the threat she poses, I'm afraid I have nothing to offer in the way of strategy against her.
I see. That's a little bit of a problem. But I'm sure we'll figure something out, right?
Well, times like this, the simpler the better. I say we hit her hard and fast.
Bushwhacker.
Not much you can't kill if you keep on plugging at it till it stops moving.
If it bleeds, you can kill it. True. Perhaps the simple solution would be best in this case. Oh. Holmes is for it.
For the moment,
I suggest we try Billy's plan of action, such as it is, when next we see her. Alright, sounds good to me.
What about summoning a new servant to serve as a shield? Naturally, their one job would be to keep me nice and safe.
There you have it, everyone. In the end, you'll just have to do the best you can with what you have. Gordolf, shut up, man. Shut yo booty up.
Good morning, Master.
Morning, Mash.
Aye. You heard the lady.
This has been quite the long segment.
Golems, halt.
What?
Something wrong, Vikabron?
That's a Diavoltron.
It's surrounded by a large number of smaller demonic beasts. You could go around them.
This is still an unproven hypothesis, but...
Yes?
I believe that a Diavoltron would, well, make for good golem materials.
Yes.
Well, I suppose I'll just have to help you out. This will be quite a foe, for our first battle together. Come then. Alright. Just a random segue into a fight. They're like, I'm assuming this isn't a filler fight. I assume this golem he'll make out of it will play a role in the story. I should hope. But I suppose we'll find out. We shall see. Single enemy, Alright.
望みを声にせよ。そういうのもあるよね。世の行く手は阻めぬ。歌え、インビディア。
With the buffs, yes. Like with the buffs, she should probably kill it, or at least get really close. And she did indeed kill it. Alright. Alternatively, it's a filler battle to adventure. True. True. That's actually more than likely the case. You know, on second thought, that's yeah, it's probably yeah, yes, it is probably, yeah. That's probably the truth of the matter. Realistically. But there's also no guarantee you pick him, because you can also choose... I mean, I guess most people probably pick the mystery servant, assuming it'd be him. So I guess... Yeah, okay. Yeah. Ow. Look, Critchats, we're not trying to fight you. We just want to kill the big guy, and then harvest his parts. I like how he used his like Sea Star skill and then didn't use him to attack. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this'll do it. What? I guess the defense boost was just enough to save it from dying to Draco's blade. Ow. Alright. Really? No crit there? Really? No crits? Alright. That's, I feel like that's a little bit of bullshit, but... whatever. Tis all good. Alright. So are you a buff or an attack? Attack. He's AoE though. Alright, use this. Yeah, yes. Let's use this. Shinigami. And then buff these, of course. Yeah, use it first, because she's... Her overcharge won't matter anyway. And then mayhaps these three noble phantasms will kill it? Maybe? Probably not? Yeah, probably not. Still. Decent chunk at least. Decent chunk. Alright, let's see what do you got? That was okay. He was just alright. Not terribly impressive, but good for what it is. I still can't swap again yet. Alright, let's just get them crit stars. Ow, Bicellary. Well, didn't even need to switch it out. But bye, Vicky. Alright, well, ease with ease. Alright. Time for gun. Alright, we're good. We good. For a giant, multi-headed snake creature, not that tough. How was that your command, Master? You looked awesome out there. I see. So you've taken a liking to this mystic code of mine. I knew it. What? Oh. Yeah, no, that's just unashamed fucking... Like, doesn't this new servant look cool? Doesn't he look dope? You wanna pull for him?
We're almost to the Rebel Army stronghold now, Salieri. Soon we'll be able to introduce you to everyone else.
Wait a moment. If you lot are on the side of proper human history, I don't suppose you have a piano at the stronghold, do you?
No, I'm afraid not.
I see. Well then I shall just have to make my own musical instrument when I have a spare moment.
You're speaking for myself, but I think I'd rather you find the time to actually fight first.
A most reasonable request, but I know the truth. Admit it, Vigabron. You prefer making golems over fighting, don't you? That is true. Even so, I must put combat first. I would never while away, my time fiddling with instruments.
That you got on his bad side.
Nor would I. I am a servant first and a musician second. Naturally, I too would put combat first. Ha ha ha. You two certainly do enjoy your hobbies. Yeah.
One to talk. Yeah, Mr. Detective.
Well, that's strange.
Here I was under the impression that I was fully devoting myself to helping Master restore humanity. Kinda.
And they said it because you act like your hobbies are the only thing you care about. I see.
So that's how I come across, is it? Kinda. Anyone who likes to spend their time making things comes across as a slacker hobbyist. I swear, they're all a bunch of useless good-for-nothings. Says the... Okay. But aren't you basically the queen of slacker hobbyists? Hey, I do not slack off when it comes to work, thank you very much. No, I guess you don't. I guess. Ritsuka reporting in. We back.
Hey, they're back. Open the gate.
Everything being good back at base while we were gone?
Welcome back. Mr. Golem, can you make a golem for us too, please?
Normally I'd encourage you to learn the value of hard work while you were young, but I suppose your lives here are hard enough as it is. Here you are, a mini golem. It should be able to help you with your chores.
Yeah, I'm gonna work it like a
Slave! That is not its intended use.
Good, you've returned. Are you a servant as well?
I am. My name is Salieri. It is quite alright if you haven't heard of me. My name is of little consequence.
Ah, yes, Mozart's,
Well, at any rate, why are you wearing that outfit?
Innocent monster. I am the man in grey. I am the one destined to kill Amadeus. I only go by Salieri as a matter of convenience, but you may call me that if you like.
well, I suppose
Stories like yours are not too uncommon in this world.
the circumstances of my own summoning were not exactly normal. Now then, Ritsuka, there's something we need to discuss.
Oh. The plan for how we're gonna attack Yaga Moscow?
Remember the ore you once asked us about? The one that can be used to engrave magecraft spells? At the time, I believe you also mentioned a jewel that could be used to control golems. Well, I managed to track down a lead on both.
Oh, that's good news.
Oh, you don't say.
Where are they? Not so fast.
I would like to make a deal before I share my information. We've done everything you asked of us.
Not again. Yes, again.
I cannot afford to lose your combat prowess.
I trust Ritsuka and MASH, but...
Once your ship is repaired, you may end up leaving this world behind, right? No, we kinda have to defeat the Tsar and, fix things here to
help put proper human history back as the predominant history.
Absolutely not. The problems here are our problems as well. We're not going anywhere until we've solved this crisis. You can count on that. Isn't that right, Director Gordolf?
Yes, of course. Mash is quite right. This land's problems are our problems, and we won't run from them at the first sign of trouble.
That said, we grown-ups do have extenuating circumstances to deal with, and they won't wait around forever, so...
What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say that, well, we can't say anything for sure until we see what's actually going to happen. You yellow-belly coward.
Yeah, let's take a page out of the old cowboy era.
Don't you talk about my belly. And no, I don't have any guts. I'm not like Holmes. I can't talk my enemies into giving themselves up. When the going gets tough, Gordolf gets going. In the other direction.
My condolences that you're forced to deal with this man as your superior.
Now, can I ask you
For your assistance in exchange for my information? Yeah.
Alright, what sort of deal did you have in mind?
Nothing too, strenuous, I would hope.
I'll come right to the point.
I want your help building a new stronghold. Oh, Vikabron could probably do something about that, right?
A new stronghold. That sounds right up Vikabron's alley. No, I think it'd be too dangerous to rely exclusively on him.
Yeah, if he died, there's a chance. Because it'd basically be using his golem magecraft, right? Just in a slightly different manner like he did before to eavesdrop. So if he died, it would likely collapse. That'd be... I could see that.
His power is not limitless in scope, nor is it a permanent solution. After all, these Yaga need to know how to fend for themselves even after we disappear.
But doesn't that plan of action harbor a different sort of danger? Granted, learning new things always brings with it that possibility, but nonetheless.
I understand your point. And yes, it is certainly possible that they could misuse this knowledge and power for their own ends. But even so, I believe it's a good thing for them to learn how to survive.
Oh, why should it make a difference? It's their choice whether they spend their lives working honestly or decide to turn to banditry. It's no concern of yours what to do after you're gone. Besides, it's human nature to be obsessed with keeping up with the Joneses. If anything, it seems to me as though providing them with supportive technology would only make their futures brighter.
You do make a solid point, Director.
Yes, I suppose you're right. It is the Yaga's choice whether to be weak and be eaten, or to be strong and do the eating. Or even to find a new path altogether. By the way, may I ask if you have a particular location in mind for this new stronghold? I do. There's a ravine right at the midpoint between here and the capital. It's protected by a large forest inhabited by vicious demonic beasts, which should make it difficult for the opportunity from the capital to attack it. Whereas there are no mountains between here and the ravine to block our path.
I see. But in that case, wouldn't its natural defenses also make it difficult for you to attack the capital?
Yes, I've considered that, which is why I haven't moved there thus far. But now scouts have discovered a tunnel that safely cuts through the woods.
How convenient! And you're sure that no one at the capital would know about this tunnel? Well, okay, if it's only partially hollowed out, actually. And then you yourself go about... Okay, maybe. At the moment, this tunnel is only partially hollowed out. But once it's complete, we could reach GACHA Moscow in a single day. It would let us attack it with the element of surprise. What's more, this tunnel is an excellent place to find the sort of ore you seek.
So you want us to help you build this new stronghold and to finish digging this tunnel, right?
I've already put together a team of my own Yaga. We'll set out once you're all ready.
Okay, sounds like a win-win for both of us. You get new stronghold, we get our ore, we get a way to attack, Yaga Moscow. Okay, it seems like a fair deal on all ends. Mostly. Okay. I think I'm going to call it there. We're getting so close to being able to do another poll for Kenshin. Because I still want her. I want her real bad. Partially because I've already invested a lot of... Or not a lot, only like 4 polls into her, but still. If I don't get her on this next one, I don't know what I'll do. Cry, maybe. Probably cry. But... Anywho. Oh, I did get, all the copies of Nobukatsu that I needed. So he is NP5 now, so there's that. I also got Nagayoshi to Final Ascension. But yeah, no, I spent those ages ago. I said before, I get them literally the minute it ticks over to when you're able to get them. I buy them up. Like they gone. So yeah, I plan to. It should come during Christmas, yeah. I think the 20th? I think it said? I think it was the 20th. Yeah, I think that's right. But yeah, so we learned a bit about Anastasia. And Paxi is not being tortured, but was brought to the Tsar's chambers. And I guess he's gonna be intimidated into giving up the stronghold location. So, hopefully Paxi can stay strong. Otherwise, we better get working on this stronghold, sooner than later. That is for sure. But, anywho. Like I said, though, I unfortunately can't stream tomorrow due to just scheduling stuff. But I will that night once I'm done. Well, okay, I'm not gonna promise, but I hope to that night record it, the Hokusai Trial Quest, and get that up Sunday. So that way I have something that goes public on the members' stream day. But for now, though, that'll do it. Thank you all for watching, and yeah, I will catch you all later. Peace.